So it's only really been a week and we're already having a new update from YouTube. So let's jump into this new one. For those who somehow haven't heard yet, YouTube just announced that they're going to be moving to a different way of counting views. And unlike the last update, this is going to be a little bit more positive towards small YouTubers. So let's talk about it. So again, for those who haven't heard, YouTube is changing long form views to more like what shorts views are like. In the way that a year ago, YouTube decided that they're going to count views on shorts based off of if someone saw a frame of your video, that counts. So as you're scrolling through YouTube Shorts, the videos you pass, they're getting views because of you. You don't have to watch the video to actually have it count. In the same way, that's basically how long form videos are going to work. If you take your mouse and you even brush past someone's video and you see a single frame of that video, it counts as a view. Meaning that while they're not going to count towards your actual views, just like with the shorts, how you have engaged views versus just views, it's going to make it so the outside number on your video is going to look a lot higher. You're going to see a higher percentage of views on your video, but they're not going to be actual true views. I'm going to use my channel as an example, a very small channel, but on average, most of my videos have around 2 to 10,000 impressions on it, meaning those videos, you could easily be seeing 3,000 views on that video, but only maybe 200 of those views are actually engaged views. So it might be a little bit lower, so it might be like 1,000 views versus the 2,000 or whatever it is, but like my videos are not going to be the same as some of yours' videos are, but like you might be seeing stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of us are going to start seeing almost all our videos now reaching 1,000 views because of this. But as some people already pointed out, they're going to be, they call liar views or fake views. They're going to be views that are there on the surface. That's going to make it so you have a little bit of a boost of like, look, I got 1,000 views, but you only got 10 views that are actually legitimate views, maybe. As a small YouTuber myself, as I said before, this one is going to affect us in a more positive light than the last one, because the last one is like, okay, yeah, you have to get 8,000 watch hours to get money off of YouTube. You have to always stay to having 10 million views on your shorts every 90 days or else you're not going to make money off YouTube. Not the greatest changes for us. This one is actually solving a problem that is one of my biggest complaints. See, some of my videos are not the greatest, I will admit that. I'm still getting better, and once I'm able to have my studio back, I will probably have better videos. But for the most part, most of my videos have some good content in them that I just wish some people would actually just take the time to push through and actually just click on that video, even that doesn't have much views, and watch it, and they might find they enjoy this video. And I'm guessing it's probably the same with y'all. So the point is that this change what it's going to do is it's going to fix that problem by, honestly, the thing that always got me was like, okay, I feel like some of my, not all the times, like sometimes it's just my videos in general, but for the most part, I think one big reason why a lot of my videos don't get that much views was because people are seeing, oh, it only has like 200 views on this video. It's not worth clicking on. So if you start seeing videos at the beginning, it's going to help you by having those sudden boosts of this is how many views this video has, even that doesn't actually have that many views. And so it's going to make people, I'm guessing I'm going to get a lot more engaged views because I'm going to get a lot more people actually clicking on my video and watching it because they're actually tempted to be like, hey, well, this video has a couple thousand views on it. Maybe it does have something to say. But in the end, it's not going to help us for long because eventually I feel like people are going to start catching up and being like, hold on, suddenly what used to be the 100 views isn't enough for someone to click on your video. Soon that's going to be anything under 5,000 views is not worth clicking on your video because at that point, most of your views are probably not engaged views. So we're not going to click on your video in the first place. And so it's going to update that too, where you're going to see a lot more of like the really big channels having videos that say 1 billion views on it or something like that. Like, you never know. I'm guessing Mr. Beast might see some of those. But how many of those are engaged views? A lot of our channels are probably going to look that way. So while I think this might be a positive thing, somewhat I'm more happy about this change than the last one. And again, as I said, one of the big ones is going to be the fact that people are going to start seeing more videos with more views and they're going to start trusting less and less the view count on videos. And the other one is that one of the things I always find annoying about shorts is that I see like, oh my goodness, I got a couple thousand views on this short. That's awesome. And then I'm like, oh, but that's not engaged views. Whenever I click on a short and I see that, I'm like, good for that short. It got 2,000 impressions, but most of those weren't engaged. So I don't know. It's like, in the same way, I feel like that's the same thing with this. It's like, okay, you're going to get that boost, but soon it's going to destroy that feeling of when you see that first view on your channel, when you see the first view you get on that video, when you see the second view you get on that video, when you reach that first 1,000 views on that video, it's not going to have the same, like, it's not 1,000 people watched at least multiple seconds of my video, enough to make it an engaged view. It's going to become 1,000 people saw my thumbnail and brushed past it. Imagine imagine what that's going to feel like when you figure out that you're like, oh yeah, I got 10,000 views on this video. But out of those 10,000, most of those are going to be what you might call accident views, where someone accidentally scrolls over your video, or someone accidentally clicks on your video and then clicks off of it immediately. Imagine how that's going to feel, knowing that 10,000 people clicked on your video and then clicked off of it immediately. That's going to be rough for us. We can somewhat learn from it, but it's going to be rough to deal with, more than not knowing how many of those people. Now we're going to constantly know how many people. Yeah, I guess we already had some with the impressions tab, where you can see, yeah, there's 10,000 people who saw my video and only 1,000 of them clicked. That's kind of rough. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be beneficial in the beginning, but very quickly become non-beneficial in a month or two from now. That update is actually coming very soon on the 24th of August. You're gonna see that in a couple days, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna appreciate it at the beginning, where I get on my YouTube channel at the end of this month and I'm seeing 10,000 views a day or something like that. I'm like, oh, this is incredible. Again, it might not be 10,000, but you never know. I might see some days with 10,000 views, but out of those 10,000 views, most of those are not engaged views. I'm like, that would suck. I'm kind of hoping that they don't count those views into the total views you got on your channel, because I would like to keep that as just, this is how many engaged views, this is how many actual views I got. And the other thing is, for those who are thinking it's going to affect their monetization, it's not going to affect the monetization at all. The whole change is just for looks. That's all it's going to do. It's going to look better, and maybe if you're very close to being able to get sponsorships, you might be able to use this towards sponsorships. But for the most part, I feel like most of us, by the time we get to a place where we can have sponsorships, it's already going to be past that point where sponsors are going to start asking, instead of how many views did you get on this video, is how many engaged views did you get on this video, because that's all we care about. We're going to find ourselves having to not pay attention to how many views you get on a video. Again, there are moments where I liked seeing the 1,000 views on a short, but very quickly you get old of that and you just want to see how many actual views you got. And the same thing was going to go with this. You can see improvement maybe in the number of views you get on a video, and it's going to look good out there if you have over 1,000 views on all your videos. But in the end, if you get less than 100 actual views, I would prefer to be able to show off, hey, these are my actual views to people, so they know this channel is small, instead of tons of fake views on my video. Anyways, just tell me your thoughts below about this. Till next time, this has been YouTube Tips with Pete. Peter Wary, signing off.